Hello and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about real estate in Calabria and what I feel are the best 5 places to buy. Now, one of the criteria I've chosen is that property in each of these places must be under €1,000 per square meter, because Calabria in general is very cheap, but there are places like Tropea, and Tropea is a lovely place where property is much more expensive at around an average of €2,200 per square meter. But also other places like Pizza, which also is a lovely place, small, but property also is nearly €1,300 per square meter. And other places that nearly made it were Crotone and Cosenza, but property in both of these places is just over €1,000 per square meter. Anyway, here are my top 5. And coming in at number 5 is Vibo, Valentia. Now, with a population of around 34,000, Vibo, Valentia is a nice city near the Tyrrhenian Sea, and it is the capital of the province of Vibo, Valentia, and is an agricultural, commercial and tourist centre. Now, prices are very cheap at around €850 per square metre, down from 1,100 in 2014. And prices are much cheaper than nearby Tropea and Pizza, which I've already mentioned, which are also in the province of Vibo, Valentia. And I think it's nice here because there are many noteworthy beaches, there's a castle, and there are also nice, good facilities here too. And the airport, Lamezia Terme, is only about 30 kilometers away. Although I will add that the problem with Lamezia Terme Airport is that it has a lot of flights which are only seasonal. But nevertheless, I think this place does deserve a mention and just about makes it into my top 5. Now, coming in at number 4, and I think this is a noteworthy place to come in at number 4, is Lamezia Terme. Now, Lamezia Terme is in the province of Catanzaro and has a population of around 70,000. So it is kind of a mid-sized city, and there are really some decent facilities here. Now, the city also has a number of tourist attractions, including numerous churches, museums, palaces, a watchtower, and ancient ruins as well. Now, of course, one thing we have to state, what's the big advantage here? Well, the big advantage is obviously, as you can see, it's the airport. So you have an airport very nearby, and it is an international airport, although, as I've said, a lot of flights are only seasonal, but nevertheless, you have an international airport and it's absolutely right next to it. Now, it also has a mainline railway station and is situated on the A2 Salerno-Reggio Calabria motorway. So again, I think we have to add there's good access to transport here. And furthermore, what's the main selling point? Well, prices are incredibly cheap. Now, for a place which has an international airport, prices are ridiculously cheap, and they are only €800 per square meter on average. I'll repeat that, €800 per square meter on average. And this is actually down from €950 back in 2014. So if you do decide to buy here, you are buying in a place where it's next to an airport and where prices are well below €1,000 per square meter. Now, there are not many places in Europe which have an international airport where prices are below €1,000 per square meter, but that's the case here. So that's the main selling point. Now, coming in at number 3, and I think this really deserves the third position, it's the city of Reggio Calabria. Now, Reggio Calabria is a coastal city separated from Sicily by the Strait of Messina. It is actually the largest city in Calabria with a population of over 180,000. And Calabria is yet another Italian underrated city. It has numerous tourist attractions, including museums, the famous Aragonese castle. It's got a sumptuous cathedral and other noteworthy attractions, lovely churches too, I have to add as well. And the Reggio Calabria beaches offer the chance to really relax and enjoy the Mediterranean sun. Now, property prices are also incredibly cheap at an average of around 850 euros per square meter. Now, I have to say, for the largest city in a region in Italy, this is absolutely incredible value for money. And I have to say, I really like Reggio Calabria. I really think it's a city that deserves a lot more publicity. And when we look at the prices back in 2014 were 1,150 euros per square meter. So again, as I've said in previous videos, if you take into account inflation, this is an absolutely incredible drop. And also around the city, you've got archaeological and natural sites. So really a lot to see in this city. Now, the nearest international airport is Lamezia and Catania. Now, Lamezia International Airport and Catania International Airport are pretty much equidistant, but the downside is that both are well over 100 kilometers away. So that's why Reggio Calabria doesn't come in at number one for me. I think the airports are a problem. Now, number two is the city of Catanzaro. Now, with a population of 90,000, Catanzaro is the capital of the region of Calabria. And Catanzaro is known as the city of the seas and is known for its links to the silk, velvet and velvet production industry. It is a popular place for Italians to go to the sea in the summer months, and the city is rich in history, and there are plenty of things to see and do here, including churches, museums, beaches, parks, restaurants, bars and cafes. And again, property here is very, very, very cheap. So on average, we are looking at just over 900 euros per square meter. So this again, I think from a capital of a region is pretty good. And it's down actually from over 1,300 euros per square meter in 2014. So in actual fact, I think of all the places I've mentioned in percentage terms, this has seen the biggest drop. And in real terms, the drop is absolutely incredible. So the nearest airport is Lamezia Terme again, which is only about, I think about 30 kilometers away or so. So quite easy to get to. Now, I've covered a few places which I really, really like in Calabria and which are under 1,000 euros per square meter. Now, I think all of you will know, who follow the channel, what I'm going to put at number one. And before it even comes up, it's Scalea. Now, I know, although Scalea does not have all the big city attractions and the tourist attractions as other parts of Calabria, for me, I go for Scalea simply because the prices are incredibly cheap. You can often get property for well under 800 euros per square meter, and it's the sheer volume of property that's available with sea views. I've done many videos which have included Scalea, and you found property at under 50,000 euros, many properties under apartments under 50,000 euros with sea views. I've even shown you in the past property under 30,000 euros in Scalea with sea views. And also what I do like, as you can hear the beautiful music, is that it's quite near, well it's not near, but it's also accessible from Naples Airport. So you can get from Naples Airport, Napoli Centrale, which is the central station, to Scalea in about 2.5 hours. So you've got another option there, whereas the other places is actually a lot more difficult to get to from Naples Airport. And as I've said, it's only got 10,000 inhabitants, but I love Scalea. I think the vast choice of property and the mere fact you can even get property for 20,000 euros, I think it's a winner. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall see you soon on the next video.